Hey everyone, how are you all doing? Today I'm taking a look at the best Green Lantern, autocorrect, John Stewart from McFarlane Toys, and this figure is absolutely exceptional. Honestly, I really did not expect it to be as good as it is. It has a couple gripes, but you know, it's where we've come accustomed to gripes from all action figures, because no action figure is perfect. But anyway, let's get into what John comes with. Starting off here, he comes with probably one of the coolest Green Lantern accessories in this like shoulder armor thing, and this is really cool. It just goes onto the body like so. You got to be a little careful though. You don't want to chip off any of the paint or anything like that. But oh wow, it just, of course, it's slid on very easily on camera. But you get that on, and that just looks so cool. I mean, I kind of wish that there was like a port of some kind to get it, or like it was a little smaller so it would just kind of lock into place on the Lantern logo. But as it is, it looks really good. It kind of, you know, comes a little bit off the figure, but it's a construct, so it's not going to be, you know, stuck to him. But this looks really good. I really like this. It's on him like this in the package, so, you know, just make sure whenever you're looking around at the figure, that there's no mess-ups or anything like that. But I really like this. This is very nice. It has a nice, there's like, if you look, there's slightly like a glittery kind of look to it, but it's not glitter, if you get what I mean. I don't really know how to explain it. It looks like a construct, and it looks really cool. But keeping that on, you take the ammo pack here, you put that on the back in the peg hole like so. You just get that lined up. Port that into his back like that, and then he also comes with a minigun, and this is cool as hell. This is a little bit of a pain in the ass to get in the hand, so I'm not going to do it on camera because I probably will break it, because this thing's not fragile, but it's not pliable either. Same goes for the hands. But yeah, this looks really good. I really like this. I kind of wish we could get, you know, I wish we got some more constructs, but it's really not that big of a deal because I'm pretty sure that they're going to reuse this body. Because if you look at PONG, I think is what their name is, on Instagram, they made a Hal Jordan using this body, like by painting these white and the hands white and a little bit of the torso here green and all that stuff, and then putting a Hal head on there, and it looked phenomenal. And also, these are floating pieces, these wrist gauntlets, so I think that they probably will reuse this underneath body and maybe change the, because this, here's what's an overlay. The wrist gauntlets are an overlay, the torso, the middle torso piece here is an overlay, and then that's it. But those things, well, I mean, obviously, you know, the constructs. But I think we'll probably get different constructs with different lanterns, so then you can interchange those through all of them. The upper torso will probably be the same to Hal, and then we'll probably get different hands and different gauntlets and a different underneath piece, torso piece here, or midsection piece, rather. And they'll make a Hal Jordan out of it, so we'll be able to interchange those pieces. But this looks really good. I really like how this looks, especially under the light. With its glowing and all that stuff, it just looks phenomenal. And taking a look at the detail on John, I really love the head sculpt on here. It looks how he does in the comics, also a little bit like Diggle from Arrow. So I mean, that could have been intentional, but if you look at how he looks on the box, it looks like him, and you know, from the comic, it looks like that version, but it also has a slight little bit of Diggle in there, and I really like that, because, you know, he became a Green Lantern at the end of Arrow, and we will see him probably as a Lantern at some point. So yeah, this is cool. I like this. And it's also 7-inch scale, so it will fit in with the DC Collectibles stuff, as well as the Green Arrow that McFarlane made, which is not a great figure, I have to say. But you can see all the little, just kind of detailing all throughout, so it's not just a plain sculpt. It looks fantastic. Just, you got the sides on the legs here, the boots, all that stuff. Just, this looks so good. I really love this figure. It looks so good. The paint is perfect. You know, there's no blemishes. The eyes have a little bit of green to them. You can see the ring here, it actually is sculpted. You can kind of see that in the light right there. I wish that the hands were fists, or actually, no, I don't wish the hands were fists. I wish they came with fists, because of the fact that, you know, having the ring on in that, you know, they usually have a fist in that, but you gotta have him hold this and probably hold other constructs in the future. But, you know, it is what it is. I love this figure. It's so fantastic, and it's amazing for the Justice League display that is slowly building, and we're almost there. Well, we're not actually almost there. I'm almost there with my customs, as you saw, and I'll show you in the size comparison later, but, you know, whatever. And now going over the articulation, his head can go up that far, which is really good because you can get him in flying poses. Can go down very far, so you can get him into looking down on people as he's flying. Tilt, rotation, shoulders can go out and up that far, which is damn good. Can go all the way around. Butterfly joints, which can go back and forth like so. Biceps will double jointed elbows that go up all the way, which is, of course, fantastic. We got the standard McFarlane joints at the hands. As for the torso, using both pieces, can go that far forward, kind of pokes out a little bit here in the back, but you're not really going to see that whenever you're posing unless you have him taking a picture like that, and then you're going to see the peg hole in the back. But, you know, not a big deal. Can go that far back, which is pretty good. Yeah, that does kind of jut out, but if you have him like this, it's really not that big of a deal. You know, and besides, if you really wanted to, you probably could. Yeah, so you can just kind of hold it and then move the torso back, so it's not that much of a problem. You can go to the side that far. Rotation, rotation at the bottom and top. Legs can go out that far, which is not normal, because normally we can get a little more than that, but it runs into the torso on the inside. Can go that far forward and that far back, so pretty good. You can have them doing a flying kick. Got a little bit of swivel up at the joints themselves. Double jointed knees that go up that far. No boot swivel or anything like that. And then standard McFarlane joints at the ankles. And of course, toe pivot, which I hate and I will continue to hate for the rest of my life. And now go over some size comparisons. Here is actually the McFarlane Toys Flash and the Action Comics 1000 Superman. And I think this works. Barry's a little tall, but you know, Barry, he can be tall and a little lanky. So, you know, I think that's fine. And Superman, he's like a hair taller and just a bit broader, you know? So I think this works. I think that this works pretty well. And then bringing in my two custom Justice League members in Batman and Wonder Woman, they're a little tall. But Wonder Woman's an Amazon, and Batman usually is kind of tall, so, you know, it works. Superman, obviously, I mean, if Superman was taller, then I think it really wouldn't be as big of a problem. Because John, you know, usually you're going to have him in a flying pose, so it's not that, and same with Superman, actually, so you really, it's not that big of a deal if you want to try to recreate these customs that I made. But I think this looks really good. I cannot wait for us to get an Aquaman, and then, you know, a Martian Manhunter, Cyborg, a Hawkgirl, you know, whoever they want to make. I would personally prefer them make a Hawkgirl and a Martian Manhunter, because then we can get the classic 7 from the Justice League animated series. But, you know, of course, I would love to have Aquaman, and I would love to have Cyborg and all that stuff, because those are just awesome characters. And obviously part of the Justice League. And I'm really excited because I kind of want to see if I can put this John with the Snyder Cut figures when they come out, because, you know, John was supposed to be in the film, but WB said no. For some other 7-inch scale stuff, here is next to the McFarlane Toys Mortal Kombat 11 Shao Kahn and the Diamond Select John Wick Chapter 2 Casual John Wick. And this obviously doesn't work in terms of John Wick, because, wow, he's actually really freaking tall. Is Keanu Reeves that tall? Keanu Reeves might be really tall. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. But Diamond Select stuff is usually like more closer to 8-inch than 7-inch. But it is what it is. But Shao Kahn, I got these two at the same time. And, oh, I love this figure. And then here he is next to the Elite 85 WWE Mattel. Is it 85? I don't know. Becky Lynch. And I love this damn figure. The figure's so good. I'm so glad they finally gave double jointed elbows to the female figures, because they look so good. And they actually are functional now, which is awesome. Used to not be that way. Thankfully it is. And my kit bashed, semi-custom-ish Daredevil on the Bucky Cat body. Overall, I really enjoy this figure, and if you're a huge John Stewart fan, you know, a huge Green Lantern Corps fan, or just a DC fan, you know, you're gonna need this figure, because John Stewart is, as I said in the beginning, he is the best Green Lantern, so you're, of course, you know, and hey, that's proven by the fact that Todd chose him first. He's the best Green Lantern. Fight me. I love Hal, and the others are alright. I don't have much of an attachment to them. The two that I really have the attachment to are John and Hal, but John's always been my favorite because of the animated series, and he's more interesting to me. But this is a great figure all around in terms of articulation, the constructs that he comes with. I wish that he had more kind of specific constructs that were for him, you know, like kind of more architectural stuff. I think that would have been better, because, you know, John was an architect in that. And yeah, but as is, I think it's really good, and I think you'll enjoy this figure. So that's going to do it from me, and I will catch you in the next one. See ya.